And then this.
Hello there, it's Alex here from the Arctic Monkeys. Stephen Smith and I are going to be discussing our hot new long player this evening on Newsnight. Do tune in.
Well, they performed at the opening ceremony for the London Olympics, they've headlined at Glastonbury, and they've had 5 successful studio albums. The Arctic Monkeys' journey from Sheffield to global stardom has been apparently unstoppable. Their latest offering is out today. Time for the ultimate accolade of an interview with Stephen Smith, a man who's never been accused of looking good on the dance floor.
Did he just say Newsnight?
Newsnight.
He did. Deal with that, Grimmy. Get your own exclusive, Ken Bruce. This is a customised version of one of the new tracks debuted by the Arctic Monkeys at the Roundhouse in London earlier this evening. Their 5th album is released today.
On my days and best when the sunset gets itself behind.
Shall we make a start? How do you feel about that? Yeah, well, we have. But commit to celluloid. The Arctic's main creative force, Alex Turner, told us about their slightly new direction.
So what were we saying? Hip hop has always been an influence, yeah, on the lyrics, but I think it's perhaps a bit more on. We've worn that influence on our sleeve a little bit more on this record. So I suppose it's only subtly borrowing some elements from that world, the way the drums sound. Or
The mirror's image, it tells me it's on time, but I'm not finished, 'cause you're not by my side.
But there's no rapping on there, Stephen, not yet.
Well, what about live? Maybe you would want to spit your truth or bust some verses or whatever the phrase is.
Yeah, what is the phrase?
I'm not quite sure.
I spit nothing but the truth.
It's good to know. We're the same.
Yeah.
Why'd you only call me when you're high?
It felt like we're about to step out onto the lunar surface or something. After like a 2-month build-up or something, like so many rehearsals, and we spent quite a lot of time in that stadium that week, just kind of fretting, I suppose. We were something else then, like it wasn't the way our fans even, or people perhaps perceived us. Maybe that changed, I don't know. I try not to get like caught up in that too much.
Crawling back to you. Never thought of calling when
The Arctic Monkeys got their break by sharing their songs over the internet. But Alex Turner secretly yearns for a hoarier version of the rock and roll MO. Are you sorry that the old model's broken a bit? That it's difficult to get platinum albums and, like the Eagles or whoever?
Yeah, sometimes you wish it was just
Cliff.
the 70s where you could like have a, plane and a beer belly and it was like, alright. But now you've got to like go to the gym and stuff.
So that makes Turner an enemy of the buff and bland X Factor then? Not necessarily.
People get too hung up on kind of, or get too angry about the whole like X Factor and those like talent shows, because you almost like just let them get on with it. You need that to kick against, I think. Like, if you're gonna, it's yeah. People talk about how that's like ruined everything, but it's like there's always been sort of shitty pop music, whether it came from a television show or not. Like,
So laugh and joke around. Let's see it.
The conquerors of Glastonbury now reside in Los Angeles, though Alex Turner maintains Sheffield will always be home. Is it true you still take your laundry home to your mum?
I did do some laundry at home last week. Went up
That's
there
good.
for a couple of days, and I did get that treatment actually. Yeah.
And what
They
about
always go
the...
that extra mile. The mums there. It's like,
Oh.
do you want me to do this by hand?
Put
or
some comfort in.
I can.
Other
yeah.
softeners are available.
Yeah, yeah. You know, soak it. This is looking a bit too off-white. Shall
Yeah.
we do something about that?
We should interview his mum next week. Well, now, before we go...